So hi Instagram Live, Facebook Live, and hello YouTube Live. So again, we've got ourselves here 3 different platforms. So this time around, no technicalities. We thank God. Yes, so welcome to the Quarantine Queen Challenge, day number 18. So it's day number 18, but the topic discussion today will be also for day number 19. So we're covering a 2-day sessions in this broadcast. And today, before I go into it, actually, how rude of me. If you are watching me for the first time, I'll introduce myself. My name is Gladness Katega. I'm your purpose and passion coach. I'm a business planning strategist. I'm an author and I'm an international speaker. So my major work at the moment is supporting female entrepreneurs, supporting ladies, career successful women, aspiring women to become the queen that they were created to be. That is my work. And I'm here so that I can teach you on how you could unleash your true self so that you can ultimately live life in abundance. So as you hop on, say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. Hi, Hayat. How are you doing? Got one of my queens here. Good to see you. Let me know where you are watching from. Let me know where you're watching from, and share the broadcast, share. Please share so that we can reach as many people as possible. Let me know you can hear me as well. So I'm going to do the sound check. I shall do that before proceeding. Let's see. Okay, so okay, good. So I can hear myself. Oh, nice to see you, Hayat. Good. So definitely you guys can hear me. Instagram, it's still loading. Give you a couple of seconds. Still loading. And YouTube, we're doing great. We're fine. So just wanted to know how you are doing, first of all. How is it going with the quarantine? We're getting a little bit lenient here in the UK. I'm broadcasting from the UK. And as of next month, I believe some of the kids are going back to school. So, we're making baby steps, but we are getting there, guys. God will get us through this. And for me, really, it's about what can you do in this time that can be productive? What can you do in this time so that historically, like this is a historical event, COVID-19, it's something that has never happened and it will go down in history. But the question I want to ask you today is, how are you going to remember this season? How are you going to remember this season? Unfortunately, I know some of us may have lost some loved ones, and I pray for every single person that may have been affected. But for us that are safe and, we are alive and God has given us the grace to sustain ourselves, how do you want to remember this time? Do you not want to achieve something, do something with the extra time that we have been given and achieve something great so that you can look back and say, wow, that was an historic event, and in that time this is what I accomplished? Yeah, and that is really the aim and the goal. So we've got a few people on Instagram. Hi. Thank you for joining. Hayat is joining in from London. Fantastic. So moving on to subject at hand. So I want us today to look at for day number 18 and 19, we are going to be looking at pain. So we're going to be discussing how pain and hurt wounds can destroy you if you don't heal your brokenness. Now, I am by any means no psychologist or psychiatric or a doctor or anything like that, but I qualify to talk about pain because I have been there. I qualify to talk about brokenness because I have been there. Many of you, or few of you, whoever follows me would have known, I shared my testimony earlier in the year. 2019 was a challenging year for me because I went through so much personal stuff. I lost my first child. I went through a divorce. I've had to move. Literally, my life just did a U-turn. Yeah, everything just turned around. And it really was a breaking point for me. However, I was able to be victorious, and I was able to take the brokenness into brilliance. And this is why I am teaching this subject. I was able to turn my pain into purpose. And today, as you see me in 2020, I am flourishing. I have unleashed my inner self. I have become the queen that God created me to be. And all I'm looking to do is to help you. If you have been in this situation of pain, of failure, of hurt, I want to help you overcome your pain so that you can go from brokenness to brilliance. And how I'm going to do that is primarily, apart from the motivational talks I do, I'm actually launching a course. On the 4th of June, I'm launching a course. I've shared the link. If you're on Instagram, the link is in my bio. If you're on YouTube and my Facebook, then you will see the link in the description, because I am taking the principles that, I used and the strategies that I implemented in order to overcome my brokenness, my pain, and heal. And how did I get to this abundance? How did I get to my purpose for living is what I will be teaching. So in the course, as I already explained, if you watch the first video, I have been dealing with a particular topic, and that particular topic is the training that will be provided each day, each week. Yeah, so this is what the Brokenness to Brilliance course is all about. Yeah, so if you're with me, say with you. If you're with me, say I got you, or you're with me and you've understood, say understood, so that I can really know that you are paying attention, you're hearing me, and you're really connecting with what I'm saying. And, please, by all means, share your comments, share your perspectives. I would love to hear whether you have been in a similar position, or, if you can relate to anything that I'm saying, then feel free and comment. Also, I want to encourage you, if you do know anybody that, these videos could help, then kindly share it with them. Share it with them, because my aim is to really touch as many people that I can into how you can live in wholeness, how you can heal from brokenness, how you can turn your pain into your purpose. And that is literally my purpose. That's my purpose. That's my goal. And that's my mission in life. Because I know what it took, apart from the grace of God, and the grace of God being the majority of what really helped me. But there are specific steps and strategies which I will be teaching for you to also implement. And, by the grace of God, you can also overcome. So thank you guys for tuning in. And I'm going to go dive right into today's topic. So how is it that pain and hurt, if you don't deal with the wounds, what happens, and what are really the consequences of this? So the first thing is, obviously, it can really turn pain, failure, and bad experiences can turn out to be trauma. Yeah, Cash Attitude says 100%, I can relate. Fantastic. These things, if you don't deal with them, they can actually turn out to be trauma. It can be a traumatic experience that stays and lives with you to the extent that it almost haunts you, because pain is not a small thing, and it's not something that you ignore. It's something that you have to deal with, because if not, it can actually destroy you. Yeah, with pain and hurt can turn into bitterness. Yeah, anger and rage. I went through the stages where I was literally just angry and upset with myself, angry and upset with the situation, and even getting upset with other people. You find that when you're in pain and you're in brokenness, sometimes you just start taking it out on other people. I remember last year, it was horrible that one of my sisters, I just could not. They didn't do anything to me, but I was just upset with them, and I was just angry. And I hadn't realized that I'm actually dealing with brokenness. I had brokenness in me. Yeah, and I hadn't realized until I did the healing work, until I took the steps that I am training in order to get over that. But if you don't do the work, then you will not realize, and you will be in this kind of state that ends up So the other thing about not dealing with hurt and brokenness, that it actually affects not just you, but your family and your career, and it affects everybody around you. Yeah, so you end up breaking up in your relationship. You could be in a good relationship, you end up breaking that up. You could be, having quarrels and arguments with your families. And, it's not everybody that, we are humans, and it's not everybody that understands. It's not everybody that understands. And it may be a thing of people thinking that, okay, knowing that you're going through something at the early stages, but if it's not dealt with, then it leads to resentment. Time passes by and people just start resenting you. You start becoming bitter with everyone. And before you know it, you find yourself isolated and alone. And that is when the worst happens. That is when depression can kick in. That is when, insanity kicks in. And unfortunately, statistics say that this is when some people even take their own life. So we're not dealing with something small. It's very underrated. It's like people don't realize the depth of what pain and brokenness can do. And you see it a lot, you hear in the news where somebody just took their life and nobody understands or nobody knows what happened. It's very possible that that individual is dealing with pain, is dealing with hurt, is dealing with failures in life that they haven't really healed from. Yeah, so it's really important for you to deal with pain. Get help, get support. If you need support from a mentor, a coach, a partner, a friend, it could be somebody that you trust, but you have to speak to somebody and get the help. And the other thing with not dealing with pain and not getting healing for brokenness is that eventually you become vulnerable. You become vulnerable to abuse. You become vulnerable to receiving the same kind of pain again. You hear that somebody fails at something, right? And they don't look into it, they don't assess it, they don't spend time to understand, okay, what went wrong. And ultimately you find they keep repeating the same thing again and again and again. So you become vulnerable when you don't deal with this pain and this hurt. Yeah, this is what happens. So this is a very sensitive topic, but I tell you that if you do not deal with it, you can end up really just being unhappy for the rest of your life. And that is not what God ordained for you. It is not. Your pain can be your strength. Your pain can turn into your purpose. And these are the things that we will be learning about in the course, learning about how to take the pain and turn it into your purpose. Pain and hurt can end up in you making rush decisions. Hello, Martha. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, Geoffrey. Hi, Mrs. Sarika. Thank you guys for joining. As you hop on, please let me know where you are viewing from. Share this podcast. If you're on YouTube, do subscribe so that you can get notifications of other uploaded videos. So pain can make you make rush decisions, can make you even inflict harm. So again, you are in so much pain, you're not thinking straight, it's affecting your mind, that you end up doing things that you don't even realize. You make rush decisions. It's like, I remember during the time when I lost my daughter, I was in such pain and I was avoiding it. I wasn't talking about it, I think the first couple of weeks. And, you find that you literally just want to throw yourself, in the bath. I'll be in the bathroom and it hurts so much. And I literally just feel like throwing myself on the floor. So I remember that time. It's important to be around family as well when you're in pain or hurt, or, especially at the early stages, because it can take over you. Right. So I remember, I thank God I had family, and my sisters, they would not leave my side. God bless them. They would not leave my side, for a couple of weeks, up until they could see that I've dealt with it. I didn't want to talk about it. I felt like, sometimes you feel like, okay, it's not even real. Whatever's happened, it's not real. Yeah. And you don't want to deal with it. And what happens is that your mind is affected. You end up just doing something that is uncontrollable. You see this all the time. You see in the news, even in domestic abuse, where somebody just suddenly, commits murder because of pain and brokenness and trauma. And, it's a shame that in some societies, in our communities, we don't take these things seriously, and we don't deal with things like pain and hurt. And it ends up affecting our lives. And ultimately, we become damaged internally. Yeah. So Kashtu says, I have been through all the stages. Exactly. I completely can relate to you. There are stages to this, but it's very important to recognize that you need to get healing from pain. Please do feel free to message me. I understand sometimes it's not a subject that you may necessarily want to speak publicly, but, since I started sharing my story, I've had so many messages. And this is why I do this, because I know that when you speak about something, it ignites something within somebody else to open up and to share. And this is what we are created for. God created us to help each other, to impact each other. So keeping silent is not the way to. So really during the course, week number 3, we'll be looking into brokenness and, how to heal the hurt. And then week number 4, we'll be going into forgiveness and acceptance. Pain is very important to forgive yourself. You have to forgive yourself so that there is nothing you could have done and it's not your fault. Yeah, if you forgive yourself, you end up blaming yourself, and this is not good for the soul. Again, in the course, we're going to be dealing with practically. So we're going to be looking at practical steps of forgiveness and acceptance of pain and healing methods that I used and that I have helped other people use to get over their pain. So guys, I really appreciate you joining me today. Thank you so much. Like I said already, to get information on the course, we kickstart on the 4th of June, and it's going to be for 6 weeks. We'll have one-to-one coaching with myself, live coaching, and we'll be going through the different topics. You will get your workbook, and ultimately, as soon as you register, as I mentioned before, with the Quarantine Queen Challenge, it's like we've been doing some work already, done our vision boards, we've done our meditations, and we've really it was like an appetizer, right? It was an appetizer. The course is the main meal and dessert, because from there, we're going to be learning about how to turn this pain into purpose. And that really is the mission at hand. So I thank you so much for joining me today. I'm just looking through whether I've gone through everything that I wanted to. Yes, I have. Join the Heal from Brokenness to Brilliance Course and really just discover how you could take this pain and turn it into your purpose. So I look forward to having you there. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for watching live. Thank you for watching on replay. And I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. There's 2 more broadcasts, 2 more topics I'm going to go through. So I'll see you again tomorrow, same time. So goodbye for now, and God bless.